I grew up in a musical household. A lot of people can say that in one way or another. My dad has been a professional musician since he was, I think, 5 years old. And, you know, that's fairly close to what I can say too. I wouldn't say I was a professional from that early of an age, but I was involved in the performance and writing of music pretty much that early on. And I remember making a decision when I was a teen that I wouldn't do what my dad did. Because what my dad did was music, the way I define it was music for others. It was cover tunes, which is, man, that's veterans work. You know, that's something that you have to, you know, really chunk down and get into in order to do well. And damn if he doesn't do it well and didn't, you know, kick ass every step of the way. But I knew from an early point that I wanted to create music myself. I didn't just want to, I wanted to find what I found in hindsight. It wasn't that he was doing music for others and I was doing music for myself. It's all for everybody. It's not just for the person performing it. Even if it's a song you wrote, it's for everybody else too. And it's the whole point of music is connection. The whole point of music is connection. And whether it's connection with something inside yourself or connection with other people, connection with the world. And what I realized was that the connection I wanted to make was with something that came within me, you know, and then out towards another person. And can they find something within that song or the lyrics that they relate to, you know? And why? Here's the big reason why. Because when I was a kid listening to my dad perform, going to see him perform all hours of the night as a kid, I had such reverence for him and what he did, and for the music, and for his ability to play any kind of song in whatever, you know, whatever way that worked musically and that was pleasing to the crowd. And it's this, I didn't want to be him. I wanted to be the music he was performing. I wanted to create the songs that he was exposing to other people and helping other people love, whether it was songs they had heard before or not. And I was lucky enough that my dad saw that and encouraged it, and there were many, many times, hundreds if not more, where he played songs that I had written in his act. And subsequently, there were people who kind of got to know it that way, and it really kind of gave me the bug of wanting to continue that. And so I started writing and either co-producing or fully producing my own recordings from the time I was a teenager. 14 was the first time that I did a full, you know, fully produced studio recording of a song I had written. And every couple of years I'd get back into the studio and do the same thing until I got a home studio. And, you know, at first those home studios, 4 tracks, not very high quality, but when I could afford a computer-based home studio, you know, then the sky was the limit. And by then, thankfully, I'd learned enough about production myself to know where I wanted to go. So I have now released, written, recorded, produced, released, God, I would say probably 250 songs, or maybe even 300, because there have been a lot of collaborations and other things I've done. And I think a dozen or more albums or EPs. And I mean, yeah, you know, compared to other, you know, artists and musicians, that's it. Everybody's got their own pace, right? But the point is, anything else could be going on in life. I'm always going to come back to doing this music. I'm always going to come back to the recording, to the writing, to the producing, to the singing, to the playing, and to the performing, and to the talking about it. Don't, you know, I mean, I think this YouTube site, you know, should be called "Don't Get Me Started." I think that's even a better title of Music Is Not a Genre, because once I start talking about this, I can't stop.